Hi guys, and welcome to another Tennis Gallery Wimbledon video. Now, last time we touched on British tennis, and I finished the video saying that next time we'd talk about what was happening in the United States of America, tennis-wise. Now, the first thing to consider is that the countries that have traditionally been strong in the sport of tennis are those that have been holding Grand Slam tournaments since the sport began. So that's America, England, France and Australia. Now, these are the nations that interestingly have been struggling a little bit for tennis players, and you wouldn't exactly say they're in their heyday, that is Murray aside. Why is that? Well, these nations are traditionally quite well developed and quite well off. And what does that mean for its population? Well, people have choice of sports. Now, if you're in America, for example, you could make a very good living being a professional motocross rider or being a skateboarder competing in the X Games. The point is, there's lots and lots of options in these countries of sports for people to choose, and therefore sometimes tennis can lose its best prospects and its best athletes to other sports. So when there's all this choice available, how do you make sure that your sport secures the interest of as many kids as possible? Well, for a start, you could have lots of very cheap and easy access tennis for kids from the age of maybe 3 or 4 upwards. A bit like this. Now, before you say, yeah, that's great, but those courts are empty, well, it's a Friday afternoon at about 3 o'clock. The difference is, in Europe, where they do produce a lot more players, kids tend to finish school at 2 o'clock, 2:30, come out and then go off straight away to play some sport. Over here, kids finish at about 3:30, 4. I imagine they've got so much homework that they don't really have the time for that. So patterns of behaviour when kids come out of school and the facilities that are there waiting for them are crucial in getting them into tennis. And once you've got them playing, it's really, really essential that kids just associate fun with tennis up until the age of at least 10 or 11. There's a really sad story here going round in the press in the UK at the moment about a tennis coach dad who, for want of a better term, was abusing his kids with his language, behaviour, and made tennis and trying to become professional basically a living hell for them. It's now in court, and this is the classic textbook example of exactly what you shouldn't do with kids. Keep them playing other sports as well. There's no point limiting them from the age of 7 or 8. Other sports benefit kids in terms of coordination, social interaction, and just boredom. If they play too much tennis from too young an age, they're going to get turned off the sport and you will lose them. So this raises an interesting point. Will tennis have to change? Well, we've seen it in cricket with 2020, shortening the format to retain people's interest. The sport that's suffering the most with that at the moment is golf. Their numbers are down hugely. 5 sets, will it go to 3 in Grand Slams? I hope not, but yeah, we've already seen certain things like in doubles, instead of the 3rd set, there's just a championship tie-break. But it's interesting. There's music going on where there normally wouldn't have been in tennis tournaments. Not at Wimbledon. But the sport will have to change and evolve a certain amount at some stage to maintain its place near the top of world sport. The thing I was standing on for the previous shots is actually a police station. I'm going to get out of here. For related content and articles, check out the Tennis Gallery Wimbledon app on Apple and Android.